Name: Mukesh. Age: 10 years. Place: Indore. Education: nil. Work: playing all the time. Mukesh has come to Indore with his family in search of work. His family comes here every few months to work on construction sites. They stay here till they have work. After that, they return to their village. Name: Panchpula. Age: around 50. Place: Karimnagar, Andhra Pradesh. Work: selling helmets. Panchpula comes to Bhopal with her 6-member family every year for 4 to 5 months. Her family also has small children who come with her. Name: Sugna. Age: 16 years. Place: Chittorgarh. Education: nil. Work: cooking for the whole family. Sugna comes to the Govindpura area in Bhopal with her family nearly every year in search of work. She is responsible to cook for the family and waiting for her marriage. This scene is visible in all states of India. Madhya Pradesh is one of them. Madhya Pradesh, one of the largest states of India, with a population of 61 million, has an overall literacy of 64%, with Jhabua having literacy of only 36.7%, and where female literacy is around 25.7%. Madhya Pradesh has 10 million school-going children, whereas 4 lakh children are out of school. With the largest tribal population, 43% of the total out-of-school children are from scheduled tribes. 55% of the total out-of-school children are girls. 56% of never-enrolled children are girls. And 54% of total dropouts are girls. And in this huge state, there is something common in all the urban areas. The sight of these mushrooming migrant workers who live in clusters around the outskirts and open spaces of these towns like Bhopal, Indore, Jabalpur, Gwalior, not staying in one place for more than a few months. As a result, they have a temporary life which has no permanence in home, hearth, work or lifestyle. In such a situation, if food, shelter and home are transitory, seeking education would be a far-fetched idea. And living in such slums, lakhs of kids like Mukesh, Sugna and Ramcharan are roaming aimlessly in these alleys without a hope of any education round the corner. In these huts and thatched tents, mostly migrants settle down to earn a living, who are tribals and nomads from different parts of the country, like Agaria Lohar, Bhil, Balai, Telis from Andhra, Rewari and Pal from Rajasthan, and many such people on the move. These migrants have many problems: poverty, hunger, health, sanitation, transitory lifestyle. But the problem, which is the root of all these problems, is illiteracy and lack of education. Their children are away from education due to many reasons. They do not stay in one place for long. Their life has suffered due to drought and other calamities. Thus, they are dropouts or have discontinued their studies, and with a lack of a good alternative, the children waste their time by roaming around uselessly, are pushed into child labor to earn some extra money in the family, and in some cases, they get into wrong habits. So isn't it obvious why they are unable to get assimilated into the mainstream population?
We are from Andhra Pradesh. We have no place to live, therefore we keep moving. We stay in one village for 1, 2 or 3 months like this. The children are not able to study. Where can we educate them?
This really grave problem has a very simple solution. Alternative education that is made available to them wherever they live, close to them, so that they are not deprived of it. Mobile education. Children who have missed school or have never been given an option can easily be steered towards a wholesome pattern of education, where they are not only taught reading, writing and calculations, but are given an environment that encourages overall development, with facilities like library, painting material, games and sports, and performing arts like singing and dancing, and many such entertaining educational options in tents or mobile vans. These mobile schools are providing a supportive solution to these children, out of which many are first-generation learners. With this alternative, they would not get sucked into child labor or bad influences.
In the entire country, many people migrate from their places. You have vagabonds here also. There are tribal areas here from where people migrate to earn their living for 8 months, for 4 months, and some for more than 8 months. They go from their states to other states.
I lived in Noorganj and did my studies. There was no work, so my parents came here. I studied for a year or so. Then I failed. We have been here for 3 to 4 months. Since then, we are living here and working fine. Only I am not studying at all.
So there is a large population of children who remain uneducated, and therefore this idea of mobile schools for the migrant children has come in our minds.
With lack of education, they get caught in a web of a different kind. Early marriage, child labor, lifelong poverty. At 16, Sugna is only waiting for her marriage because she probably doesn't have anything else to do.
If I had got education since childhood, I would have studied well. My parents wouldn't be marrying me so early. I could have learned something, could have done some job, done well. Now I'm too old for this. What will I study and learn now? I'm suitable for marriage.
For girls like Sugna, mobile education will be a boon, helping them to read and write and be empowered.
Education is not just reading and writing. Education is a mechanism that will open huge horizons for children, huge horizons for families. It is also one way of making and effecting a huge social change in the society. When we educate those children in the poor slum areas, children of the migrant workers, first of all, we are ensuring that through this education, this vicious cycle of poverty will be broken. And for sure, those children will have another destiny, a better future than their parents or their grandparents. So education is empowerment for those children, for those families, and for those communities. And now with the massive social change, socio-economic change happening in the country, those people will not be left out. Through education, they will be part of this process of change.
The educational aspirations of these people are quite the same as the mainstream children. They need a responsive audience in the form of their parents, their employers, their teachers, policymakers, the government, and each one of us to notice their plight and fulfill their hunger by providing them not only facilities but also an environment for blossoming into a much empowered future generation. And this very dream has come true in Amreli district of Gujarat, where 22 such mobile schools are running successfully for more than 600 migrant children of Jhabua from Madhya Pradesh, which UNICEF started with the help of the local administration and Lok Vikas Evam Anusandhan Trust. Running in canvas tents, these schools have all the necessary facilities of infrastructure and teachers at very low cost. This can also be witnessed in Delhi, where fully equipped mobile vans are catering to many such children.
Given India's large migratory populations and the fact that you have language differences, this is something that could make a difference in a way that no other program can.
These thriving examples of mobile education with a uniform curriculum is a great success story to be emulated in future. Eyes shining with twinkling dreams, face flushed with bashful smiles, totally unaware and unconcerned about their future, engrossed in a world of their own, not knowing that their life is getting sucked into an abyss of illiteracy. They should have a pencil, not machines in their hands. Their fingers should create images, not make bread. Their feet should not be made to walk in the dust, but walk towards their school. On one hand, this fast-moving city life, the bright lights, and on the other, these poor people always on the move, their eyes watching the silver lining peeping out of the dark clouds, waiting for the bright morning to come after the darkest night, for someone to lead them and take them on that path which will give them enlightenment and a better future through education.